Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Gang. Next, we are going to build a training flight plugin. Next, we will write this code. The training flight plugin is actually quite important. We are now going to create a plugin. Don't let it depend on external things. Depend on our other courses or plugins, as this will make your learning difficult. Then we create a plugin here. Then create a new plugin like this. We will change this cover graph later. This should be created as a third-party library. But we won't actually include a third-party library. Create it as a third-party library. We just want to use its structure to reference the engine's underlying layer. Some modules about OpenL, because you are in UE5. If you import OpenSL, it can easily conflict with the engine, and the OpenSL you import might not even work. So we directly use the OpenSL-related code provided by the engine. Here we use the Xiaogang simple and then we give it a Shonfai link. This is just a temporary plugin we wrote. There are a few things we will systematically restructure for everyone. Let me explain the many versions we have iterated through. Why we iterated this way. Okay. This should be written as XG. Let's create it now. Then let's take a look here. We need to reload this. Let's wait for this to finish. It also needs to respond. Actually, we can ignore this for now, here, because it's stuck here. Okay, we need to erase it. Let's check our release again. Let's reload it. Let's check again whether our resource release here is actually releasing. Because this part is easy to miss. This thing and that thing. You need to make sure to release it at the right time. Because if you don't do this, it's easy to miss. It will cause resources to stay in your memory. This would be very troublesome. Okay, so we have this plugin in place. Now we need to make some changes to this plugin. Let's take this plugin first. Here, this plugin of ours says picture plycut of ours. Let's make it depend on our plugin. Okay, let's see how to handle this. Okay, the way to handle it here is like this. Here, in this place is a host, right? We add a polygon module here, this plugin field. Then in this material, this is our Shonfai link. This OneFai link, UnFai link, we will use this later, but we haven't used it yet, so we won't write it here. Then we are here. In this picture, we let it listen here. This material lets it depend on this plugin, because we need to send our information to this plugin. So let it depend on this plugin. If this plugin is not available, it will prompt you about this plugin dependency. The pull call depends on another pull call. You need to enable plugin functionality. So this field is actually like this. Let's ignore this for now. Then let's change this category. The classification has been changed to XG. Okay, the classification here has also been changed to XG. Then let's check. There are so many things here. We need to make some deletions and modifications to it. What do we need to delete? Let's come here. Obviously, this one needs to be deleted. As for these codes, actually, they should all be deleted. Okay, let's delete all of these. Take a look at these. Delete this build.cs. Delete it. Delete this one. This one is not needed either. Delete this. Okay, this way is fine. We still need to add something. If we delete the module, let me check. Okay, 6.4S. It seems we deleted the module. Let me check. If it's deleted, it's deleted. We'll just rewrite everything from scratch. We have the party set under this hierarchy. We need to delete it. It should be inside public. Let's delete this. Let's create 2 new folders here. Create 2 new files. Okay. For this file, we'll just use this name. The first one, we'll call it library. For this one, we'll give it a module called .h. Take a look here. This name seems a bit mixed up, written like this. iFLYTEK library. Well, let's just use this name. Let's write them together and delete. Here, we'll add another one, provide. For profit, we'll paste that over. Okay, let's leave it like this. For now, we'll change it later when we write. Then come back here. Actually, here it is. There's basically no problem here. Let's refresh it, but it will definitely report an error now. Okay, let's reload it. After reloading, let's go into our plugin. It seems like it didn't refresh the public here. Let's check it. Because it's empty here, it didn't refresh. We just added a counter. H. There was a bit of a mistake here. The name was miscalculated. Let's refresh it again. Okay, it's normal now. Let's come back. Then we need a module here. As for the module here, how do we write it? Let's first check this build.cs file. You'll see there are so many things here. Let's modify them one by one. First, we take this section. That is our platform. Whether it supports this SL thing. Then we let it decide whether to use. The default SL, we provide these two cpound methods. Okay, let's come back here. Then we let it delete these public ones. Delete all of these directly. We don't need these. Then here we add a definition. Public cell package equals 1. Then we put this in here. Let it use this module. This is the platform. If you are on the latest 5.4, the platform has one more module like this. You can use this module to perform some encryption. We can click on it for everyone in a moment. Click to open and take a look. We'll ignore it for now. Then here we add our module. And here we add some macros. Then add dependencies for third-party libraries. So next, let's turn off these warnings. Because we might use some native things. Then in this case, basically we have this basically done. Then next, we come to our place here. Here, we delete all the code here because it's not needed here. Okay, and delete this too. It's not needed. Then, at this point, we restore this bplabl module. We shouldn't be using this external here because we probably didn't make it a separate external module. We'll just make it an independent module. And I need to change the placeholder here. We just need to change this name. And here, delete all of this. Then here we create its implementation. Okay, this implementation then, let me take a look. It should be okay. Then let's try compiling it now. Okay, the compilation passes now. No issues. Good. So our environment is roughly like this, mainly here. Let's first review how the code here came about. Actually, I extracted it from here. You can see that in OpenSL, the engine has such a module. Here we need to search globally in the engine. There's also a module called SL. Let's find it first. Take a look. We need to do it like this. Match this case. For example, the entire word. You can see it here. There is also a module called SL. Then we can see it is in the engines online. Within the SL module, it is in this position. As for this position, in order to use SL, we need to replicate this module. That is, whatever features it has, we just copy them over. And we didn't use this. We didn't use this. We directly use OpenSL. Then, in these places, it will have some methods. That is, there are some methods to call. How to call some related things at the SL bottom layer. Once we do this, we can call these methods in SL. So here, actually, it is still quite complex to use. Because it is still quite complex to use. Actually, if you are using the new engine version, then we can do this here. These are all things inside OpenSL. You can see which module it is, like this DTLS module. It obviously uses OpenS. Check it. This part of it publicly depends audio SL. So obviously, it uses the engine in this way. The third-party OpenSL module imported for us. Note that if your plugin is to be uploaded to Unreal Engine, then if you use OpenL, you also need to provide a copyright statement for related OpenSL content. Make a statement. So how to do it? It is actually here. Epic on your latest. Then in this engine. Then source party. Then there's an OpenSL here. You saw it here. Was. Then there is a copyright notice here. You saw it. This is what it contains. Look at its lab. You saw it. We'll ignore this. It should be this one. Look at some labs, right? And actually, it has a license. Find it in the license. If you scroll further down, let's scroll to the one starting with O. Open. Stapler. You can see here, it's just a version description. This is an open source license copyright notice. With it, you can indicate that this thing is open source. We can freely, not exactly freely, follow the license for use. Okay, then off to this. Let me show you. We've made something here, actually in the engine. Now the engine. Previous versions didn't have it. Previous versions were based on some other algorithms. It actually didn't implement it. But now it actually has such a thing. You can see. What is this? This is a platform encryption thing. Then in the platform encryption section, we can obtain this module to entreat certain things. In addition, you'll see FSH256H. And here there is you see, all of these are encryption methods, such as RSA, RSR56. And then this, many encryption methods are located here. This method, right? You can use this method to complete SHA encryption. Yes, later we will demonstrate how to use it. But we shouldn't use this one. Because if you use this, you can see, you won't be able to switch engine versions. Because this might only be available in newer engine versions. But you can refer to the way it's written here. So how is it used here? It declares a struct like this. The struct has init and update. And finally file output. Then you can come in and take a look. It actually prepares it here. This is something related to OpenSL. So when initializing here, it takes this declared thing and then calls the OpenSLice initialization. During the update, it passes the data in. This is also where the OpenSL method is. And at the final output, it calls the OpenSL file. So this is the entire simple encryption and packaging process. Okay, so we'll stop here for this lesson. Mainly, we are telling you how to use this plugin. The platform is divided into this setter party. This setter party is mainly used to handle the encryption because we will use some other module stuff, so it has to be written this way. So we did not directly use platform encryption for this. We directly used OpenSL ourselves. this method using C and C++ languages. And as for this, it is actually where we provide blueprint for everyone. It is a place that provides U++ interfaces like this. Okay, so we will briefly stop here for this lesson. Thank you everyone.